Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Brews and Blockchain.
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 We'll hire someone to do that.
Still working on that song. Hey, you may know us as the Crypto Masters, and as well you should, but you know what? This is another show we do called Brews and Blockchain, in case you didn't know. And we just talk about, crypto, blockchain, and whatnot while doing what, Ross?
Drinking some brews, which we'll play out right now. And, mainly hitting the highlights of the week. Hot topics, news.
Hot topics.
So tune in, baby.
Again, the pot-bellied Stein, which we've seen before. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah.
And we went commercial this week. Shock Top beer.
Might have had some Shock Top before, but
we do local beers a lot, but it didn't happen today, so we got Shock Top.
Yeah, Shock Top. It's a solid beer. It's fruity. You can have it while hanging out outdoors, or hang out while you're researching on some blockchain,
or while you're talking about brews and blockchain.
Oh.
All right.
I like it.
I think we've covered the beer, and we will be drinking it periodically. I'm going to keep the flies out by closing my lid.
Oh, nice.
Putting it there. All right. So, Ross, what do we got? What's hot this week? I'll tell you something that's hot in the past couple of days. Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, came out and said he owns crypto.
And this is breaking, Brian. This is hot news.
Breaking.
You're getting from the Crypto Masters, that is.
They might have heard it elsewhere, but it is a big deal because we've talked about before, whenever we see sort of evidence of crypto going mainstream, this could be another piece of that.
Well, I even used our Twitter account to comment on that story and say, "Hey, what do you think is mainstream?" I mean, what I keep asking myself in my head, like especially like 2 years ago, like, man, when is our signal for mainstream? So comment down below. Do you think this is a main signal for crypto hitting the mainstream or not? I mean, the freaking CEO of Apple owns some crypto. What's up, guys? What do you think?
And we don't know what. I don't think he said which assets he owns. He said crypto, not Bitcoin, not Ethereum, not.
The article I heard, it literally, the verbiage was Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Oh, really?
Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Really? I didn't know
that's what
that.
I heard. And
okay. I just saw crypto, so maybe the journalist just used that as the term because he didn't know which one.
But yeah, I think this is a major signal. We'll talk about cycle talk in a little bit, but we've got Plan B's stock to flow. We're monitoring closely for you all, but he's predicting 98K by the end of November here.
Now he will jump down your throat on that. He says that is not stock to flow. It's a different model that he has.
Okay, yeah,
right. So stock to flow is stock to flow.
You're keeping me honest, Brian. I appreciate it.
Well, I've seen him jump down people's throats on Twitter about that.
A little scared.
Anyway, so let's get back to Tim Cook. Obviously a big name, but the question that a lot of people are thinking, and there's no proof of this, is will Apple buy it? Because people have been wanting to see that for quite some time.
Yeah, that's the big question. So, what are your thoughts? You think
I don't know. I would love to see it, but maybe they're too cautious. It's not like. He's not Elon Musk. Tim Cook is a little bit more...
more polished?
A little more...
I don't know.
That's a good word. He's not Elon, but, Elon just go buy $1.2 billion when he wants and put it on on Tesla's books. But whether Apple does or not, I don't know. No evidence of that, but it'd be great. It'd be awesome. I mean, that would cause a move in the market.
Yeah, for me, it almost feels like... this is just my opinion. It feels in a way crypto is not Apple's MO. Just let that sink in for a second, because Apple is this huge centralized entity and crypto is decentralized. It just doesn't seem like they're really the same. They align a lot, but I don't know. In the other sense, I mean, this is the hot buzzword tech of the decade, let's say, and Apple has so much freaking money. I mean, that's
the thing. The crypto people are pushing the narrative that you're doing a disservice to your shareholders, companies that are holding billions of dollars of cash like Apple.
Yeah.
So should that cash just be sitting there losing value every day?
Yeah.
Or should it be in an appreciating asset like Bitcoin, which is now pretty well seen as a inflation hedge?
Yeah.
a store of value. So, the narrative that we in the crypto world would like to get across is, hey, you're incompetent if you're just keeping cash on your sheet and not investing in something like crypto or Bitcoin or other crypto assets.
And that's what I tell my assets manager, which is me.
Yeah. Well, no, I know who your asset manager.
Ooh, let's not talk about that right now.
Yeah. All right, so that's a big story. We'll see how that plays out. I mean, I think Tim Cook alone is pretty big news. Of course, Apple would be even bigger news. I didn't really see a move in prices. Prices were moving up anyways, but they then kind of paused today and yesterday when the news kind of came out. So I'm not sure that had a direct effect on the price, but you never know what goes into that.
No, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Next topic. Bitcoin is about to have an upgrade, which are extremely rare in the Bitcoin world. It's called the Taproot upgrade, and that is scheduled to be implemented November 16th. So today we're recording this on the 9th. We'll probably get it published on the 10th, November 10th.
Yeah, I'm hoping next day.
Okay.
Yep.
So, next week, Taproot comes out. It's an upgrade that increases privacy. We mentioned this before. It allows for Schnorr signatures. That's SCHNORR. Schnorr signatures.
Love to hear it.
Yeah. And they increase privacy. And also, the Taproot upgrade will allow for some light smart contracts on Bitcoin. So
yeah, very exciting.
It's kind of big news. I mean, it's not, I don't think, going to compete with, Ethereum and Cardano and other smart contracts platforms, but it will allow that to at least some extent.
Yeah. And, whenever you're increasing or I shouldn't say increasing, but improving the privacy, efficiency, I guess smart contract, I'll putting that in quotes, Brian, capability of a of a particular blockchain. I think it's a big deal, but I'm not sure how that's going to really affect the price too much. What are your thoughts on that? 'Cause I think we've aligned, or you've kind of compared other the Segwit upgrades.
So upgrades to Bitcoin are very rare. It takes a lot to get anything past as far as a Bitcoin change goes, just because the community is so big and a lot of purists, want to keep the protocol, the way it was when Satoshi designed it in his white paper. But there's been a couple, and the previous one was in 2017. So the Segwit upgrade, we've heard about Segwit before. It improved scalability, and it actually ultimately enabled the Lightning Network, which is now becoming a very big deal. I think without the Lightning Network, El Salvador wouldn't have adopted it with, as it's one of its national currency. So the Lightning Network is a big deal. So Segwit was approved, I guess, in July, like July 23rd of 2017, and implemented a month later on August 24th of 2017. In that 1 month period, the price went up by 50%.
Okay.
So, cause and effect? I mean, probably. You never know. But so that was a big deal. Will Taproot do the same? I don't really think so. I don't hear that much talk about it. People are saying those in the know, it's already priced in.
Yeah.
And
that very might well be. For sure.
And, as we're going to talk about later, we're sort of in the midst of the cycle. We're kind of at the early stages of the cycle.
Yeah.
Which, if it plays out like people are talking, will be a big jump in the price anyway. So maybe that'll get attributed to Taproot if it happens. A lot of factors. You just never know on these things.
No, yeah, I totally agree with you, Brian. There's just so much going on right now. We're in this, cycle right now, especially the epic green part of the cycle, but
we hope.
Yeah, that we hope.
It started.
Sure.
I mean, November has started. It started slowly, and everybody was like, "Come on, it's November," Why aren't you having these giant green candles already?
Yeah.
But we started to have some.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's just talking about this Taproot upgrade. It is good to see that, achieving this 90% consensus for, all the Bitcoin miners to vote on this or mining nodes was a huge deal. So it seems like, the miners are in, good consensus on this. And coming from the software world, software updates are inevitable. They're essential. You have to improve things that they're hitting on: privacy, efficiency, and essentially functionality with the smart contracts capabilities. So,
in the Bitcoin world, this is a big deal because they're so rare. I've seen some talk. It improves privacy, which generally is pretty good, and most of us would think that. Yeah, but
not something I'm worried about with Bitcoin.
What will politicians or regulators think of it? Is it going to be? Are they going to see it as now a Monero where it can be used for money laundering or whatever it is they're worried about?
And we could totally see them misinterpreting that. For sure.
So you always got to wonder what they're going to think of it.
They just see that headline: privacy. Oh no, regulation. We need to get in here.
We need to regulate it.
So never. That is a good point. That's almost a negative in a way, and
unfortunately, maybe we hope not.
Yeah.
All right. So like we've been talking about, and I think we're going to keep talking about because it's important, is the cycles. If you've watched Brews and Blockchain before, the past few weeks we've been talking about the cycle. Will there be another cycle? And I mean, for those of you who don't know. The Bitcoin has a halving every 4 years. And generally after that halving, there's a relatively flat period. And these aren't exactly 4 years. It's based on the number of blocks. So it's not exactly 4 years, but it's roughly 4 years. So after the halving, you have a flat period and there's some up and downs. And then near the end, you have a blow off top. And we mentioned this before, but even though the halvings were earlier in 2013 and 2017, the halving or maybe it was 2012 and 2016 were the halvings, and the blow off top was at the end of 2013 in December.
Yeah,
and then it was actually then a little bit longer, and it was in December of 2017. And so now we have this one sort of shaping up, looks like, a lot of people think it's shaping up for the blow off top to be in December of 2021. But others debate that. Others think it's going to be pushed back even later into 2022. So that's what we kind of want to keep updating you on. And we're following all of the information on Twitter and all of the experts and getting their input.
Yeah, various pricing indicators and top indicators,
right?
Like relative strength index and all that stuff, which we talked about previously.
And so let's go ahead and put up this one that we saw recently. This is a kind of a new guy.
Again, if you're on YouTube, I'm flashing this table behind you. But if you're on the podcast, we'll do our best to.
So on the podcast, you don't need to see this, but a guy on Twitter named Binky Ponderosa, we want to give him credit, has come up with a really comprehensive chart of all these sort of top indicators. And he's compiled them all in one place and then kind of summarized it. He has the, TLDR that summarizes it. And based on all of these, almost all of them seem to be mid bull cycle. A couple of them are late bull cycle. Most of them are mid bull cycle. Would that be a fair summary, Ross?
Oh, yeah. It looks like the average is, mid bull cycle where we are currently. And the date of his is November 6th, though I'll be publishing this hopefully November 10th.
Yeah. So and we've talked about some of these top indicators before. I think you like the Pi cycle indicator.
Yeah.
And I look at RSI. We're both watching the predictor that Plan B of stock to flow fame came out with, and he's calling for, he basically hit August, September. He hit August and September. He basically hit October. Really, really close within the margin of error. So we'll give it to him. So his November prediction, though, is Bitcoin will be not less than $98,000.
Yeah.
And so right now we're at about 67,000 at the time of this podcast. So it's got a big jump to go between now and the end of November. But if you look at some of the past cycles, it's possible.
Oh yeah, it's got a lot of room to grow, but with catalyst in the works, I'll say, countries adopting it, ETFs in the works, news like Tim Cook. I mean, shoot, if you want to grab at everything you can, that's a bit of moves that'll help momentum keep going forward.
Yeah, and I think maybe next time, Ross, you and I can pick out. We'll sort of follow up on our top indicators before. Mine's RSI, and yours is the Pi cycle top.
Yep, and just to let you know, Brian, on this chart, if you're, I think you've got it up on your phone, but both of those are the ones we like are showing mid bull run.
Yep.
We're in the middle of a bull run here. So,
but let's just read a couple of the others that he has here. Okay. The Mayer multiple, I've seen that many times. The Bitcoin rainbow chart. There's the Willy Woo Bitcoin top cap model price estimate. MVRVZ score, the Puel multiple, the Mayer multiple.
Those two I really like.
Yeah. So maybe we'll go into some more detail on a couple of these that we like best. But if you're looking at the chart here behind us, you can see where they were at this time. But anyway, this is obviously it's too much information.
It's a lot to digest.
It's really a lot, but it is kind of good to quickly just get a big picture. Is there anything in particular that's screaming top? And I would say in summary, no, there's not, right? It's still
there's literally nothing that says, there's
a couple that say
handful that say, late bull run. We're in the late stages of a bull run,
right,
which should make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah.
It really should.
Well, I guess when a lot of them are flashing late bull, that's when it may be time to sell.
Yeah, that's in
whatever ones you believe in.
Yeah, and of course, we're not financial advisors. This is not financial advice, but I tend to be on the more conservative side. So if he posts this again, or they post this again, and they're showing most or 50% are showing late bull run, that's where I'm considering, okay, it might be time to get out. And maybe you're getting to this, Brian, but he does they do an average here where they're showing the value at 165K being the peak of predictions. Mm-hmm. Just again, my opinion, but I'm conservative in this metric, and I'm going at like 150-ish. But we'll judge momentum here, but we'll see. Some are going as high as like 253, which is
I've
seen
350 from credible, TA type, technical analysis type people. 350. So that's what we want to get across to our listeners and our watchers is. This is something that, you got to have your pulse on, because it's all going to happen quicker than we realize. And we individually have to make decisions, if we think it's going to happen, if we think there's going to be a cycle, which means a top and then a drop.
Yeah.
Okay. Some people think, no, we're past that. That's not going to happen. So if you're in that school, then you're still just hodling.
Yeah,
and that's fine. I'm not saying that's wrong.
Well, long term, that's not a bad strategy.
Well, if you hodl long enough, it always comes back, right?
Yeah.
If you bought the absolute peak at the 2017, you're in great shape.
You're a 3x multiple.
You're exactly
right.
But so if you if you think there's going to be a cycle, and we both do, based on what we said on previous shows, the smart move is to get out, near the top, because you think it's going to drop again. And then you'll buy it, after it drops again. That's just common sense. But it's not easy to do, because in a sense, it's timing the market. And timing the market is impossible.
Yeah, we're going
to perfection.
Absolutely will say that. Yeah, yes. I do not expect to time this one. Or any.
Time in the market is better than timing the market. No doubt about it. But... I'm going to do my best. I'm not going to try for the absolute peak. I'm holding out till tomorrow because it might go up some more. No.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. But even what I'm going to try to do is not easy, and I know that, and I hope you all out there appreciate that as well. And you got to really keep your finger on the pulse.
Absolutely. And I'll just make this one comment on cycles. If I'm in the boat, we're both in the boat that we believe there is a cycle, and a lot of people will say to you, well, there's a lot of institutions getting involved and countries that are using it. And I was kind of proven wrong in this recent dip we had, kind of like, what was it, like July, May,
Oh, May is when it really got
May.
slaughtered. Yeah.
I mean, if you really think all these institutions and countries, businesses are really getting involved, we shouldn't have seen that drastic of a dip. You could argue that. That's really where I'm seeing, like, if we dipped that much that short a time ago, I really think we could
dip again. So that's why you don't believe in the super cycle, where it's not going to have the big
yeah,
drop.
that's
or the bear market. I mean, I'm calling it a dip. It's not really a dip, it's a bear market.
Yeah, that's what I think
I'm planning on that.
Definitive bull and bear.
I may be wrong, but I am planning on that because I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, again, you can't predict the market. I will eat my words. You can, let me have it. I welcome it. But,
blast us if we're wrong, and I'll be glad if we're wrong. Frankly.
Yeah.
That means the market's just going to keep going up. I'll buy back in.
Oh, I'll gladly hop on that elevator up. So, yeah.
All right, you know what, Ross? This has been Brews and Blockchain. I think we cut it off here. We'll be back next week and talk about some more timely topics on Brews and Blockchain.
Brews and Blockchain.
Brews and Blockchain.
Brews and Blockchain. Yeah.
All right, thanks everybody. We'll catch us next time.
Hey, real quick, comment below. Tell us what you think. Check out thecryptomasters.com for all your crypto needs. We've got coins. We've got prices. We've got the hindsight tool to let you know how much
Professor Hindsight.
Professor Hindsight, the
Thecryptomasters.com. It's constantly improving.
Yeah.
Make it your homepage. Just go there all the time.
Yeah, bookmark it. Do it.
Thanks, everybody.